Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the concept of educational planning. What do we mean by educational planning? Now before we go for educational planning, let us in simple word understand what is planning. So we all know that planning is deciding well in advance so that you can plan for the future well in advance and you do not have any problem in future. Similarly, when we talk about the educational planning, so we are also basically talking about planning in advance related to some kind of educational aspects. So that is planning is a process of preparing a set of decisions for future action, and whenever you are planning there is some goal for which you are planning, otherwise it will be meaningless. So for what you are planning, you have certain goals and you want to realize those goals, and hence you are planning. So planning is always done for the betterment of any organizational process. Fine. And basically you are talking about the what, how, and why of achieving some goals. That is, what will you do to achieve your goals? Secondly, why you are doing that? And the thirdly, how you are going to do that. So basically, you will be discussing about these aspects. Now, if we have to define educational planning, then there are various definitions to educational planning. One of them is educational planning is determining or describing the events, conditions, or needs of some future point in time. So, this is again what I said, we are discussing about the what, why, and how. So, here you are determining the events, that is, what you need to do. You are determining the conditions or the needs of future point in time. So basically you are planning well in advance that what events you are going to perform, what will be the conditions or the needs which you want to perform for the future. Another definition is educational planning is a preparation phase in the decision making process. It helps to determine the optimal decision. So here again we are saying that it is a preparation phase in decision making process. So you all have studied decision making process wherein you set the objectives, then you identify the course of action which you are going to take to fulfill those decisions. So here also this is known as the step of the decision making, that is the first step, the preparation phase of decision making. And you are also thinking that you are going for an optimal decision. Optimal decision, something wherein the resources are used optimally and you do not waste your resources. So if you are planning well in advance, that means you can use your resources properly and put them for the best use. Another definition talks about educational planning is also perceived as a means of generating relevant present or future goals and objectives for the organization. So here again they are talking about that this is a means for generating relevant present or future goals. So you are looking to your present situation. What do you have in your hand? And what will be the future? And accordingly you are deciding your action. So basically you have to foresee certain things. You are planning today, but then you have to see what is going to happen in the future, what will be the changes in the society. Like when we have planned this new educational policy, we have seen and we have taken into consideration the future requirements. Like if we want our future generations to be skilled, that they get the employment, so that things we have kept in mind when we are planning our present. Let us see one more definition. Educational planning is also perceived as operations optimization or performance improvement. It is for the enhancement of existing conditions rather than for those that exist in the uncertain future. So, we are seeing our present condition, what is the existing conditions, and also we should take into consideration the uncertain future, because the future we do not know, that is very uncertain. So, we should see that we are optimizing our performance, we are improving our performance, and we are giving our best for that. So, one more definition is educational planning is problem prevention. So, basically, why do we plan? Because we want to prevent the problem. So, you are planning well in advance so that no problem takes place. For example, if you are planning for a marriage, fine. So, we assign the task. Somebody will take care of the decoration, somebody will take care of the food, and then we also go and see that who is a good caterer. We also taste their food. Why we are doing it? So that in future you are not put into trouble. It minimizes the magnitude of an educational problem likely to be encountered at some future point in time. So you are keeping in mind everything that in future we should not be able to encounter some problem. For example, if we take this COVID situation, when the vaccine is coming, so we are planning properly that how this vaccine is going to reach. So from now onwards, the government has started planning that how they are going to see that these vaccines are reaching to the uh, to all the people, even at the rural level. The lowest person will also get that vaccine. So they are planning. Why they are planning? So that they can prevent the problem later on. They should not come that this particular group did not receive the vaccine or it did not reach there. Similarly, in educational planning also, we decide well in time about, so that we do not get any problem in the future. It also implies in the sense that educational planning should spell out the procedures to be followed if some crisis arise. So we are spelling out that if some crisis is there, how we are going to do it. Fine. So planning for maintaining quality of teaching. Suppose if the teachers are planning to go for strike, then what will you do? So you plan well in advance. So this is educational planning. Basically, we can also say that it is prevention of the problem. Now, if we want to conclude all these definitions, then we can say that this educational planning emphasizes on the present goals. What are our present goals? And it is also focusing on the future goals. What are our future goals? And then it talks about the related to performance enhancement, how we can enhance the performance. So these are the three important points about which educational planning talks about, that we should focus on our present goals, we should also focus on our future goals, and then how we can enhance our performance related to all this. Now, what are the characteristics of educational planning? So, if you want to see the characteristics of educational planning, we can say planning is logical, systematic, and scientific process. So, you are not doing planning in vacuum. We have something in front of us, that is the goal which we want to achieve. So we have that well thought objectives, we have that well thought goals, and now we are thinking over it, that if we want to achieve this goal, then how we are going to do it. For one particular goal, you may have several ways to accomplish that goal. Now, but we will see that which alternative is the best alternative. For example, suppose you are going to your college. Fine. So you have three different ways to reach to your college. If you can go from one route, there's another route, three routes are there for reaching the college. Now how do you decide that which route you are going to take? So you do have certain kind of parameters, like which one is the shortest route, where you will not get more traffic. All these kind of things you will keep in mind, and then you will come to the best alternative. Similarly, here also when you are doing educational planning, you are also trying to find out the best alternative. And when you are trying to find out best alternative, it is based on certain characteristics. And what are those characteristics? Like what are your resources available, what is the time period available. So that's why we can say that planning is logical. You are using a scientific process to determine that which one is the best alternative. Second, planning is responsibility of all people concerned with the desired changes. So planning is not done by one person. Planning is done by all the people who are going to be affected by it. If you do not involve all of them, then it will lead to a problem. For example, if we take this farmers bill, so why these farmers are on road now? They are on road because somewhere they feel that they were not taken into consideration, because this is going to affect them. So similarly, here also this planning is not the responsibility of one people. It is responsibility of all people who are concerned with the desired changes. So because if you are doing some educational, like this NEP, national policy which has come up, that is going to affect everybody. It is going to affect students, it is going to affect teachers, it is going to affect the politics. So if there is a need, so we involve everybody. So when this policy had come up, the suggestions from all strata of groups was sought of. Goals are related with welfare and process of all people. So the expected good of the society and needs of children and young people in the schools and colleges should be the broad form of reference to be used for educational planning. So this educational planning is for everybody. So you should see to it that they are in sync with the welfare and progress of all the people. Planning involves representatives of most of the concerned sectors of society. As I said, you should involve all the people who are going to get affected by it. And planning anticipates probable developments and needed changes in future. So whenever you are planning, you should also see the future, that in future what is going to happen. Like if you see in the national education policy, they have talked about ICT, because in future, like we are going to face problem, and if we want to reach to everybody, then ICT is the best way. They have also talked about vocationalization, because that will give you the jobs. So you should anticipate, you should think what can be the problems in future, and you have to target those problems. You have to see to it that you are targeting those problems, and you are bringing the changes in the present educational planning. So it is done much ahead of time. So you are like educational policy, you are not talking about for the next 5 years, you are talking about for future. So it is a long term policy. So when you are doing any kind of planning, you should see what is going to be the future predictions. You have to do anticipate those changes, and accordingly you have to bring the changes. Planning is remedial and guidance oriented. So planning helps to identify the causes of the educational problems, and then it is suggesting the relevant solutions to it. So these are some of the characteristics of educational planning. So in this video we have discussed about the concept of educational planning and what are the characteristics of educational planning. So in the next video we will also talk about the different approaches of educational planning. Thank you.